at the Meri Atelier, and it is Tuesday morning, April 28th. Welcome to my desk. Let me put my phone up on my stand and adjust everything. Yep, it always takes a little jiggling now when I go live. Thank you for putting up with me. I've been sorting through things on my desk. Hi, Jacqueline. Lovely's Creating Lodge. Good morning, good morning. I'm trying to get back on schedule with my live streams. Of course, at the very last minute, I had to go hunting. This is just some fabric I have out. Let me put this behind me. I want to talk about the passport ATCs that Janet Young and Dee Dee Willingham are doing a swap of ATCs, and they're called Passport. And I knew I had some travel magazines, and I do. And I'm not sure what all this is. I think it's just mail that I got. But I thought that I would use some images from the travel magazines and those doll images that I fussy cut and send my dolls to the Galapagos, to, this looks like Mexico or South America. I have another travel magazine around here someplace. Iceland. So they're passport ATCs. So I'm going to get some ideas from the travel magazines. I also, while I was hunting through these magazines, I found an old art journaling magazine that I thought might be fun to look at. 2024, January and February of 2024. See what ideas we can get. And an In Your Studio magazine, and a What Women Create, a Bella Grace magazine, and this I picked up at our local fabric shop. I was thinking I could use some of this for the passport to come to the heartland of Nebraska, and here's another traveler magazine. I think I got this one from Debbie Epps. So we're going to go through those with some of the ATCs and dolls. I'm going to send my dolls, give my dolls passports, at least 10 of them. Let me get set up over here so that I can see folks coming in. I need to go to my live stream. There we are. How are you doing, Jacqueline? You have a sale coming up? Janet's live about the ATC. So Arlene, hi Arlene. Let's welcome folks in. When I was setting up my phone, I saw Jacqueline. Jacqueline, if you will leave information on your next sale, I will pin it so that folks can be aware of when your next sale is. Good morning, Rhonda. It's good to see you. Arlene, Jacqueline. Good morning, ladies. I have 9 of you in here. If you're up in the balcony, welcome, welcome. Let me change my chat filter to all messages. There we go. Arlene, I sent you a package. Have you gotten it yet? An envelope package? I'm kind of worried about it. I sent it the same time that I sent Goldie and Lori's law books, and I sent those media mail. Hi, Pam. Stitch It Pam. Good morning, lady. It's good to see you. You love Bella Grace. I do too. This is a winter issue. What one is it? It has to be last year. Display until I can't read it. It's so small. Well, let's look in here. Summer. It's summer. It looks winter, but that's summer. I guess that's water. Summer of 2017. I don't have the issue to that. I pick it up when I see them. That may be kind of fun to look at now because summer is coming. We might pull some things through there. In this pile of stuff someplace here, I have the ATCs that I cut. I thought I put them in a cigar box. One of these cigar boxes. Nope. I got playing cards. I just had them. I just saw them. Oh, maybe they're under all of this. Yeah, maybe they're under all these law books. I'm sure they are. I put them in one of these cigar boxes that I covered. So what I want to do, I cut the ATCs, made passport ATC swap, and I was going to do visitations to different, I was going to go to different channels for the travel. I'm not going to do that because I rethought it and I thought, well, maybe not everybody in DD swap and goes to all of these channels, although it might be a good shout out to the channels, but I decided to use something different. Let me change the quality on my quality advanced from 480 to 1080. There we go. Let's see. Arlene, did you get a package from me? You should have gotten a package. It should be come. I'm kind of worried about it because I painted the envelope. You know. Arlene, I have something to mail to you, Angie says. To Arlene. I just haven't had time to get to the post office. Sounds like Mary. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. She says, I'm so happy you're on this morning. Jacqueline, you are such an encouragement. Let's see, did she drop her sale information? Friday at 4 p.m. So that's this coming Friday, which I think is May the 3rd. Pin message. So there's Jacqueline's sale information up at the top. Angie says she hates updates. Hi, Becky. Good morning, Becky. Angie says, now I know my YouTube is working. So, these are the travel ATCs. Let's send some of my dolls to different, and I'm just going to do that by pulling out. Let's see, this travel magazine, and we'll come back to the other magazines, the Midwest, and the travel magazine below. I'm going to pull out some countries for my little dolls to travel to, and I'm just going to kind of pin them together. Let's see, how about the Pony Express capital of Nebraska? We'll pull this one out as a possibility. I'm going to visit the Pony Express capital in Nebraska. Send one of my dolls to there, give them passport to Nebraska. Or at least get it ready. Get Inspired, Heartland, Antique Mall. These are really advertising different stores. Architectural, antiques. Roam freely. Oh, Sterling, Colorado. Let's pull this maybe as a inspiration, roam freely. It's kind of, we might come back to those, but there's 2 in Colorado and Nebraska. I might be doing some combining, and we're gonna put them in this box here. I'm just going to kind of set it up, and it'll come back. They're due, I think, the last week in May. So depending on where you're mailing from, you want to get them sent off. I do want to participate in this. Let me pull this out. I'm not sure what all this is. Volleyball program. Volleyball schedules. Volleyball schedules from my grandniece. In here. I guess I can put that back in when I'm done. So let's see, where else can we send our dolls? Choose how you travel. Cruise. I kind of like this, but it doesn't say where. Find the difference. This is follow our leaders, conservation, solar eclipse. We send them on a safari. Climb Kilimanjaro. So I'm going to send them on a safari. One of them is going to go on a safari. And I'm just kind of using stuff that, those dolls are what I'm into now. From those doll books. So I'm just kind of using what's on my desk. Madagascar, off the beaten path. We won't have trouble finding places to send them. Here's an elephant safari. Madagascar, let's see, let's go to a different country. South Africa, Namibia. I think this is Morocco. Hiker's journey to Morocco. In the wake of Cleopatra. Well, let's send them to the pyramids to Petra. I think this is in Egypt. That one. In the wake of Cleopatra, the pyramids are over here. And of course, the passport information will probably be on the back. I really haven't designed the ATCs yet. Treasures of the Dolomites. Traversing from east to west. Hiking the Cortina Dolomites. Hiking the Alp Adria, Salzburg to Trieste. There's a little map there. Hiking in Slovenia. Let's pull this. And I'm just going to pull some. I'll probably have to go back. Hiking in Sicily, Normandy and Brittany. We can send them there. Because I need to use up this travel stuff. All those law books that I tore apart, all the pages I took out to the trash. I got more law books. I got more pages. And I'll tell you, it was such a good feeling to throw some of that stuff away. Hiking in the Azores. Journey to Puerto Rico. I kind of like where they give the map information. So let's see what I have. I have the Azores, 1. Hiking in Corsica and Slovenia, but I think this was more the Normandy and Brittany. So that's 2. Hiking in Slovenia. 3. Pyramids to Petra. 4. And then Africa is 5. And I think I pulled Nebraska too. I don't know what I did with Nebraska. I'll have to, I think I put it over here. But I pulled it. Well, I'll look for it later. sell your books back. I'm just going to put this there as a reminder to look for it. Put this under here. So I think I have 5 or 6 there. I need 10. England, we got Normandy, Cornwall. I might come back to some of this stuff while I'm actually creating them, but I'm just kind of getting a little bit of a setup. Iceland, off the beaten path into Iceland. We'll count that as 6, but it might be 7. I thought I saw the Galapagos in here. Tasmania. Alaska. Here, Galapagos. I'll take this side because it's smaller. Now I'm going to take both of these. And I'll get pictures off of here, and somehow I'm going to figure out how I'm going to design them. I'm just kind of getting ideas of what countries they're going to go to. I'm going to send my dolls off on make passports for my dolls. Let's go to this magazine. Oh, here's the Nebraska one. I'll put that there and take this one out. Put this one here. So let's see. What's this? In the city that invented skyscrapers, everyone wanted to photograph our amazing hotel. Life is magnifique. Huh. This is the traveler magazine that I got from Debbie Epps. And I think it's one of those airplane magazines. So they're selling a lot of stuff that you would see in an airplane. I heard about this place and told myself that I'd go during my next trip to Puerto Rico. It's a must-see in person. Puerto Rico. Panama, Croatia, but there's not much about Puerto Rico in here. There's a torn page. Maybe it's been taken out. But I like the words. So I'm going to take that out. Maybe I'll use it as documentation. Join us in adventure. Barcelona. Delight in a journey as beautiful as the destination. I'll take this just for maybe some documentation someplace. I'm just kind of pulling for ideas right now. I think I need about 3 more places. Art collector's trip to London this October, but it doesn't have much. Dubai, Abu Dhabi, is that Dubai? Travelers, any seat in the sky, from town to country, hang loose, hang out. I like this. I'm going to take this for maybe documentation. Just gathering here. Will you go? The power to escape it all. I like the documentation. The perfect plates. Getting into food. Where we're headed this month. Versailles. Stay the night. Berlin. Europe. Life is magnifique. LA's Broad Museum. Have you tried our rock climbing wall? A cruise. Thank Goddess. Okay, jeez. Elevated park. Add a little bit of culture to your vacation. South Africa. Mermaid on duty. Traveler. I like that for the documentation. I might use Traveler someplace. Maybe. American West. Great big old hotel. The Broadmoor. Oh, I was at the Broadmoor in Colorado. The Broadmoor. When I was in college, a group of us went to the Broadmoor. I didn't stay there, we visited. Grand Hyatt. Hotels. Ooh, look at that little car. The Secret Life of Fez. Okay, I might pull some more out of this. Seems to have more country related. Private Journeys in Latin America. I like that. In the Pacific. Private Journeys. I'm going to take this whole area out. Private Journeys. And that should be enough to get me started. Let me grab this whole section. And that's all I'm going to do as far as the ATCs for this morning. I'm just gathering, and I'll choose some dolls and some countries, and I need to set up 10. It's going to go right here. I need to set up 10 ATCs, but I'm not going to do any more to that this morning because I can only do so much at once. Let me put this stuff back. But I'll keep the Traveler magazines handy. And let's see. Put that there. I have another little box that I might put all of this in until my project is over with. I'll keep that just for notes. All right. Let me look. Hi, Teresa. Teresa, while you're here, I'd like to know, do you want, of these law books, I know you wanted spines, but I cut these down. You are welcome to the book covers in addition to the spines. I'm going to send you 3 spines, but do you want the book covers with them? Or do you want me to actually cut the spines out? You're welcome to the book covers if you want them. I can send you 3 of them. You're going to be the next person on my list to send to. 1, 2. One of these has a pocket I'm going to send to Sharon Lombard. This one goes to Sharon Lombard. So I've got 3 here to send to you. I'm going to be tearing apart some more law books. Let's see if she heard me. Hi, Diane. Welcome, Missy Palette. 1 cover? Okay. So I'll give you 1 cover and 3 spines. And the one with the cover will have some extra little pages in it. I'll send you this one. It's got some extra little pages on each side. And you'll have a few pages. So this one, well, actually, I won't send you this one because the spine is kind of cracked there. I'm going to keep that for myself because I don't want to send you a flawed spine. We'll send you this one, and this spine will go with it, and then I'll cut out a couple. Are you sure you don't want the covers? You're welcome to the covers. Let's see, this one. We'll send you this one. I'm going to send you one cover and 3 spines. So let's get the 3 spines ready for you. 1, 2, 3. And this will be a spine because, which is good because that they glued that index page in. And we'll send you this, and I'll put some pages in here. Arlene says, Mary, I got it in a USPS clear envelope. They tore it up. They tore it up? You're very welcome. Did the drawings, did the painted part, was it all torn? I hate when they do that. And that was not packed. It was packed, but it was packed nice. It wasn't, there should have been no reason for that to get torn up. That kind of makes me mad. Post office is not what it used to be. Hi, Joyce. Welcome in, Joyce. Arlene says, Teresa, fashionably late. Hi, Diane. Angie's here. Hi, Angie. Did I say good morning to you? Messy Palette. I'm just kind of going through who's in here. Teresa. Becky popped in. Angie. Becky said she's stepped out to switch the laundry out. I did towels and bath towels and washcloths and everything yesterday, and some of my own laundry. Today I'm not quite ready yet to do dish towels. I'll wait till I get a nice load. I'm going to cut this spine out for Teresa. I'm going to send her 1 book cover and 3 spines and some book pages. Oh, let's see, how do I want to do that? We'll turn it this way. No, let me get my cutting board. Hold on a minute. It's under my desk here someplace. A Dollar Tree one or a Dollar General one, but it'll work. I just don't want to. We're going to get these ready to send to Teresa. She and Sharon Lombard are next on my list. And I've been looking, I have to go out in the car and see if I can find another one with a pocket for Beth Schuler. I don't know if I have an... Was that the pocket one? This is a pocket one. Shoot. Well... I've already cut it, so I'm going to cut it. I'm sure there's more pocket ones out in the car. I hope. I'll have to check those others. The pocket's kind of hidden. I think Teresa wants to use the spines as bookmarks. I'm not quite sure. we go. There's one spine. And I'll keep these for myself. And let's check this one before I cut into it. See, this one does not... Do I have the... Oh, this one has a pocket. Oh, before I cut this spine, I'm going to save this for Beth Schuler. And I'll grab another one. This one is for Sharon Lombard. These two have pockets. This one is going to Beth Schuler. That one has the bad spine. I might have to go out in the car and get another spine, get some more. This is the one I'm going to send to her. That is, and I'm going to put some pages. This is a spine. Does this one have a pocket? These all have pockets. I'm not going to cut this one yet. I'm going to stop here because I'm going to check the ones out in the car. I don't want to cut them if they have pockets yet. If they all have pockets, then I'll be okay. So I need 2 more spines to send to Teresa. All right, there's that. It'll take me a minute to get organized, Teresa. But I'm working on it. All right. Becky said she was switching out laundry. Angie says, I have a question. I made a disc with a family tree with vinyl. I don't like the hearts that you use on it. So what should I use? I want to use vinyl. How about leaves? Did somebody suggest leaves? I'm just kind of reading through chat. Deborah. Hi, Deborah Mayo. It is so good to see you. Deborah Mayo, if you're out there, I'm kind of reading back through chat. Welcome in. I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope she heard that. Jacqueline's here. She says, I'm happy you're on this morning. Pam popped in. Becky's here. Angie, Rhonda popped in. Arlene is here. Let's see. Let's go down to the bottom. Teresa's here. Mary, thank you for mailing me back. Oh, you're very welcome. Angie wanted to be sure her email was working. Joyce Boring is here. The paintings were mostly intact enough that I could put it in my daily journal. Well, that's good. Joyce said, that makes me mad. It was a cute envelope. I used a manila envelope and I put white paint. Well, I used the flesh paint first and then I used the white. But I noticed that as I was mailing it, that white kind of soaked in. So the faces of those dolls that I painted on that envelope kind of looked a little manila colored. I don't know, that white paint. I didn't use white acrylic paint, and I wish I would have. I used my paint marker, and it seems to soak into whatever I'm using it on. So the next time I paint doll faces, I think I'll use paint, acrylic paint. They tore it up, but the dolls were fine. I'm going to send some, in the last chat we had the other night where I was giving away those postcards, Beth Schuler suggested that I send some postage stamps, and I'm going to Kitty Jen. And But I'm also going to send her some fussy cut dolls. And Arlene, I would like to know, I sent you those pages thinking you wanted to make envelopes out of them, but do you fussy cut? Are you able to fussy cut? Or if I send you stuff, would you rather have it already fussy cut? I would think you would. Hi, Nancy. Nancy Widner, good morning, lady. And I hope Deborah is still out here. Thank you, Teresa. She says she's in no hurry. I love it. But I do want to get those law books out of the back of my car, so I'm going to be concentrating. That I don't like to leave stuff in my car. Yesterday, we had a nice 80-degree day, so I had all those. They're great, big, huge flower pot, or what they're called. The guy that, it must be something they do with farming with their cattle, because he called them mineral tubs, and they're huge. They're like the big pots, the great big huge flower pots that you get, you know. Well, they're not concrete. They're plastic, but they're a nicer plastic than the thin plastic ones you get like at the dollar store. Anyway, but since they came from the farm, I bought 10 of them. And they're huge. But I got a pile of compost left, and I'm going to fill these and put dirt and plant flowers in them. 2 of them are going to go out on the corner underneath that walnut tree. And then on the south side of our house, we've got kind of like a little terrace. And I had put mulch down. It's kind of like a little, underneath the window, there's kind of like a little terrace. Then there's another terrace down here that's got a lot of vine. But I mulched this part with that red wood mulch. And I'm going to put the 3 of them there and plant flowers because I can water them from the porch over here. So that takes care of 5. So I have 5 more that I have to figure out where I'm going to put. But yesterday I pulled all those, getting back to like I don't like to leave stuff in my car, piled up in my car. I had 10 of those great big flower pots in the back seat of my minivan, or the back part section of my minivan. I pulled them all out and got out the garden hose and washed them all down. Well, on the side, they have a paper label, and with the hose and the pressure of the water through the hose, I was able to get most of the paper label off. You know, it's like a label on a jar. But I think I can get the rest of that off. And then they have a decal of a cow on each one of them, a huge, like a farm type decal. And it's vinyl. And I could pull part of it off, but part of it was stuck on there. And I'm thinking I can take my heat gun, and because it's not a plastic that will melt with the heat gun. And I think I can take my heat gun and get under there and pull all the vinyl cows off of these flower pots. Then I got to fill them with dirt and compost. And I think when I do that, I think I'll haul them out to the tree first, put the bags of dirt and compost in the wheelbarrow and fill them out there rather than try to fill them and then move them. So I got my work cut out for me. Mary, Andrew says, I'm not in chat. When I'm not in chat, the only time is when I'm sick. Oh, we love you, Angie. You're welcome in here anytime. Jacqueline says, good morning to Nancy. Arlene says, I can fussy cut, but I don't do much collage. So if I send you more dolls, the question is to you, because I got more dolls. The ones I sent to you were colored. I have a whole bunch of black and white books. Do you want me to fussy cut, like fussy cut doll images? I don't know what I did with my package of them here. Is this them? No, that's, you know, all those fussy cut dolls. Would you rather have fussy cut dolls or would you rather have pages? Because I have more to send. I could just send you a book. Because I've got plenty to share. I'm going to send some of those dolls off to Passport, give them passports and send them off on ATCs. I don't know what I did with them. They're here someplace. You don't like the cows? No, I don't like the cow decals on them. They're kind of advertising on the side. It's a cow image. It's black. The tubs are blue, and the image is probably about, you know, about a foot long, and it's in the shape of a cow, and then it's got writing on it. I'm going to try to take those labels off. I could face them toward the house or face them toward the tree, but I'm going to try to take them off. No, I don't like cows. I want them just to kind of be around the house. I might put one out front. And then I decided, I was watching YouTube videos, and I've been watching a lot of gardening videos so I can pick up hints and stuff. And one video was on planting lavender, and I have seeded some little cups. You can plant lavender indoors and get them started. I'm hoping, I saw one little, I planted them 2 days ago, so they haven't had time to germinate. I saw one little one peeking out, and I saw a beet seed peeking out. But my lavender, they were saying you should not water your lavender a lot. And I have never had success with lavender in putting it in the ground. I have success on putting it in a big pot out, but I do water it. But anyway, she was saying if your lavender dies, it's because you're watering it too much. It likes the drier ground. So I'm going to put it, we have our garage out here behind the house. The house is here. The garage is there. And then on the west side of the garage is their alley is here. And then between the alley and the garage is kind of like a little grass plot. And my brother has wagon wheels against the garage. And I mow that because the grass gets tall. And I think I'm going to try to put that lavender around those wagon wheels and see if it'll grow out there. I don't know. You can also plant your lavender on a mound to prevent odor watering. That's a good idea, Becky. That's an excellent idea. Mound it up so that when you water, you're not watering directly on the plant. I like that idea. Thank you so much, Becky. I planted four little paper cup seedlings, and I put 2 or 3 seeds in each hole. So, and then I'll just thin it out if it comes up. And I still have, I also planted some of that Japanese indigo inside. I did that, was it last year? And I got seedlings and I planted them out, but they didn't survive when I transplanted them. And I think Japanese indigo likes the shade and a lot of water because it's a tropical plant. And I think I planted it in the wrong place. I did water it, but I think I planted it too much in the sun. This time I'm going to plant it over on this side of the garden where there's more shade. Thank you, Becky, for that suggestion. All right. Let's look at, where did I put them? The rest of those magazines that I brought out with the Bella Grace, and I set them aside. I set stuff aside and then I go, where did I put it? I think it's over here. I put my travel stuff on top of them. Hold on, let's get my travel stuff off. Travel. No. Hold on, Mary will find it. I set stuff aside, and then I go, where did I put them? Here they are. Let's look at some of these. I pulled these right before I came in here, looking for those travel magazines out in the living room. And I got interested in these. the Bella Grace. This is a summer issue. 81 Ways to Feel Like a Kid Again. Summer Troubles We Secretly Love. Infinite Kinds of Silence. Touchstones of Happiness and Loving Bad Luck. And this is the summer of 2017, so it's not a current issue. It might be fun to pull some images out of here like this and do some art journaling. Practice mindfulness. Care more about. You make a list of things you care about and care less about. Almost everything will work if you unpack it for a few minutes. 10 ways to keep high-G feeling during the summer. The high-G, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correct. It's so easy to think that high-G is only something for the fall or winter months. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking in here. Head to the lake or the beach and watch the sunset. Be sure to bring a soft sweater to pull when the air starts to get cool. Things you can do in the summer. Summer is not quite here yet. It's still kind of spring out. Recapturing childhood joy. And some pictures there. Summer Troubles We Secretly Love. Applying sunscreen. All summer long, all I do is laundry. My kids change clothes multiple times a day. There are wet swimsuits and towels that constantly need to be hung out to dry as the old batch is brought in. But I do love looking out and seeing all of it hanging on the patio chairs, airing out in the hammock. It reminds me of summer youth and all the fun memories. Summer magic. We'll come back to this maybe a little bit later in the summer. A summer scrapbook. So this is the Bella Grace. Looks like I tore some pages out of it here. I like hanging out with people who make me forget to look at my phone. Look at the feet in the convertible. Letting go and holding on tight. Bicycle, shadow. All right, there's that. This is a What Women Create magazine. Inspiration for your imagination. Mobiles. Mobiles. Art is a way of survival. I like that. And she's repeated this lady over here on this side. That same hairstyle. 2 or 3 times. What women create. Ooh. 4,100. Look at what she's doing. I think that's a mural on a wall. Is that like Zen doodle on a wall? Looks like that's what she's doing there. Boy, that takes a lot of work. Look, she did it on the car, too. She must enjoy doing that. The art meaning. The mandala. This is a mandala here. That's right up Becky's alley, mandalas. These others are not mandalas over here. Those others that she was doing. I think that's a mandala, though. Boy, she's really into it. I would not have the patience. That's cool. What's holding those together? Thread. I think those are like circles sewn together. Look what she's done. You either walk inside your story and own it, or you stand outside your story and hustle for your worthiness. I like this. That's something we could do. I think those are just stitched together, circles stitched together. Oh, look, and there's a paper weaving. I like paper weaving. That's a pretty color. I don't usually go for greens, but this is kind of a muted green. It's not an in-your-face green, and it's got some tans and whites in there. I do like that. But you don't have to use greens. You could use, I like the tans and browns. Process section. Laying out and early stitching. Drying tape and reflection. Envision the art, dyeing the paper. So these are dyed papers that she's using. Oh, look at that one. Oh, isn't that cool? Final weaving and stitching. So she must stitch this together as... Oh, I see they're stitching along the edges here. Well, there is here and up there. I don't see the side stitch. Yeah, I guess they are stitched. The horizontal ones. The vertical ones are stitched here. Oh, wow. These are cool. I like these weavings. I'm going to mark this. Let me grab a marker. We might come back and do something like this. Inspiration. And I like the circles over here. And I don't think I will attack the mandalas. This would take me forever, even on a piece of paper. I'm going to mark this too. Something we could create. I like this a lot. Polish Pajaki, making mobiles. Oh, they're pretty. She's got a lot of them hanging off of her ceiling. Oh, what she's doing here. Looks like some stuffed fabric, maybe. She's got a heart wreath there. These look like stuffed hearts with lace on them. Ooh, embroidered flowers. So it's fabric art. There's the hearts. I like these. Oh my goodness. I think they're putting out a new this is what women create. It's different from Somerset Studio. But I think Somerset Studio is going to put out a new magazine that's similar to their In Her Studio, but they're going to focus more on projects that the different artists do. I was reading about it someplace. Look at how she's organized her needlework in there. Very cool picture. Very cool picture. I love this type of pictures. This one inspires me. But I don't want to get into slow stitching here. That weaving maybe. Watches. Looks like she's doing different watch bands. Or different jewelry, maybe. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe leather work, because these are journals. And that looks like a purse. These look like journals. Cool journals. Look at those. And of course, she's in her studio. Glassware. It looks like it's front porch entertaining there. In the garden, maybe. Wing and Prayer Farm. Looks like dyeing yarns. They have sheep. What you do makes a difference. And you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. That's interesting. Yeah, she's dyeing yarns. I like dyed papers. Yarn is too much of a. I dyed some. I dyed some of this string. I have yet to use. I used some of it. I have yet to use some of the rest of it. All right, so there's that. I marked some things I was interested in. Here's an In Your Studio magazine. What kind of inspiration can we get from here? Looks like she's into some watercoloring there. I haven't done much watercoloring other than splatters. Sewing and growing. Some stitched projects. Threads sprout. So she's into textile art, weaving, and memories. +30 DIY, bath and body. Do you have a specific creative process you follow, or is your approach more freeform? They're asking the artist that question. An unexpected journey. Looks like more, yeah, is that yarn or rocks? She's got color there. Can't figure out what she's doing. There it looks like she's knitting, so it must have been yarn. Junkie Bliss. There's my page. Junkie Bliss. It's all organized. Mine doesn't quite look that neat. I love it though. Ooh, I'd love to go snooping. Wouldn't you love to snoop? Snoop, snoop, snoop. Look how organized. That inspires me to work on the pile of boxes behind me. They pile up on me. More questions. Looking back to the beginning of your art journey, is there anything you regret? What would you advise others to avoid? The only thing I regret is I have a lot of my art stuff in storage in Wisconsin. I'd love to have it here, but I've seemed to fill up the space here with more, but not the same stuff. Like I have a bunch of what's probably vintage scrapbook paper. I have a lot of art supplies that are probably still good. Some of it's probably aged out, but there's just stuff I couldn't bring home with me. journals, some journals that I made that I couldn't bring back with me. Couldn't get it all in the back of my minivan. That's the only thing I really regret as far as art goes. And you know, art is a journey. Art is a process. If I never see that stuff again, which I hope I do, but if I never don't, if I don't ever get my hands on it again, so to speak, let's just say something happens in my life, it's a part of my life. It's a journey. And now what I have around me now is a part of my life that's with me now. So regret, don't spend too much time on regret. But if there's one thing I would regret is not having all that stuff that I love so much around me. My brother would say, you need the whole house. And he would be right. A floral designer. So here we're getting into floral and fabric, or maybe not gardening as much as flowers. Southern Connection. See, what I enjoy about these ladies in their studios is they have all the space. I don't have the space that I need. I've got this little 10 by 12 room and I'm outgrowing it. I need more space. I wonder how they get all that space. Not everybody has space, but a lot of these gals have space. They're settled. Maybe that's a part of my regret too. I've never felt settled. Even now, you know, anything could happen in your life to unsettle you. But, all right. Last of all is the Art Journaling magazine. This is from, I think it's a 2024. Winter of 2024 Art Journaling magazine. Picked it up last year. See, this is cool. And is these discs? I think this is the disc system, and Jacqueline was showing her little happy planner that used the discs. And she has the punch that punches the pages that she wants. She's doing a travel vacation book. But I love this. I love how they have, it's not ATC, but they have, it's almost like a two-dimensional shadow box. I love how they've done that. That inspires me. Might do something like that on a smaller scale. I hid all my little bookmarks underneath of my box of, I gotta get them out here, hold on. I'll just push them to where I can get at them. My little cutoffs here that I can use as a bookmark. We might do something like that. Getting inspired. So far, I've been inspired here and in here. Yeah, I'm loving this. This calls to me. And when you're looking at magazines like this, no matter if it's an art magazine or something like Bella Grace or something like that, look for ideas. This is kind of, just look at what's calling to you. I mean, everything calls to you, but there's certain stuff that really, you know, this would make a nice project type thing. What's this? Slow stitch ATCs, something art planner with day, art journal, calendar, 365 book, slow stitch. Some notes that I was making. 365 book, I did find that. I was going to do that with Beth Schuler, and I misplaced the book, and that's about how my life goes. Words. They call to me, but using up scrap. Using scrap. Don't worry if your first layer of scraps look chaotic and messy, because adding gesso can create a cohesive look to the page. I've done that a lot. I'm reading the tips. I collect small bundles of scraps in one particular color palette so that they're ready to use. Becky does that, or she has done it. She'll organize her bits and bops with by color. There's something on my eyeglasses. I need to clean my eyeglasses. Add pencil shading around a focal leaf or flower. For me, the words finish the page. I keep a little tray of found words on my desk. Yeah, I've got too much kept on my desk. Silence follows. That's cool. I love the palette. Kind of a winter palette there. The Traveling Artist. Ooh. Now this inspires me for those ATCs. When I pulled all those things, instead of using the actual images, I could do some watercolor. Use the magazine images as inspiration. This inspires me. I'll put a bookmark there. Doesn't this make you want to? One of my dreams, I'm just chattering away here. One of my dreams that I'll probably never realize is to have an RV, not a big old huge RV like Tanya and her hubby have, but, you know, just a little traveling RV, and travel around the United States and do urban sketching. That has always been something I'd love to do. And I could narrow it down, and I do want to do some urban sketching. This spring, the Frugal Crafter has been doing some, she calls it plein air or outside, sketching outside. I don't think she really calls it urban sketching. But one thing I could do, even right now with my minivan, is I've always loved sketching Nebraska courthouses. And I could just make me a little courthouse book. There's 93 counties in Nebraska. And every county has not all the courthouses have survived. Some of them have been torn down in more modern structures. But, you know, even I could start out here locally. Let's see, there's Clay County, Fillmore County, Thayer County, Hamilton County, Adams County, Knuckles County. I could probably do 10 counties in Nebraska just right around here this summer. And, you know, maybe stretch out. I don't know if I want to go east because we get into Omaha and Lincoln, but that's too much for me anymore. Too much traveling traffic. But this inspires me for the ATCs. Instead of actually using the images that I pulled, watercolor off of the images and use my doll. Just say I watercolored that this much as an ATC and put a little doll in there, and then document it on the back. She traveled to wherever that is. So, see, just looking through this, you get inspired. This is really a cool. Legia, bless her heart, she's probably on her way to work this morning, sent me a PayPal. And she sent me just enough that the Somerset Studio has a discounted 1-year subscription. And Legia sent me just enough to get that discounted subscription of art journaling. And whenever people gift me something like that, I like to get something that will last me a while. And in art, I get inspired out of these magazines. Sometimes I'll tear if they have, this one doesn't have pages in it. The Studio magazine has pages in it. But very rarely do I cut my magazines up, my art journaling. I just can't do it. Dee Dee cuts them up because she's got a stash of them. But I'm thinking that that's what I'm going to spend that gift on that she sent me. Bless her heart. Thank you so much, Legia. I think she's on her way to work. Now here, they're doing pleasures per diem. And it looks like ATC size. I do not make resolutions, but I do like to come up with any idea that will hopefully keep me creating throughout the year. So she started out here in January, February. It looks like she's done one a week. Little art, miniature monthly journals. Miniature monthly journals. So you see there's something else. Now, we're already into April, but that doesn't mean that, well, May is right around the corner. We could start a monthly journal for May. And we only have to do one a week. So there's an idea. Look at what she's done here. And you could just use, here's her May. See, that wouldn't be hard to recreate. Just use one of her ideas here and create your own inspiration off of it. There's the butterfly. June looks like circles. I might do that. I'm just about done looking at magazines. Now we get into supplies. This is for Words of Wisdom Journal. And she's talking about the supplies that she uses. I guess that's not what I thought it was. I thought it was an advertising supply thing. Blue book. So there she's doing looks like she's using denim pages. Very cool. Very cool. Collage dolls. Oh, we got to put a bookmark here. Collage dolls. I am doing the corners, but look at these collage dolls. How cool are these? Look at them. How fun. And they're all tall. They're tall collage dolls. Enjoy the journey. And this is from last year's January issue, I think. Winter issue. Unknown. Destination unknown. How cool is that? Possibilities for those who believe in the magic of the ordinary. Bella Grace. I love the Bella Grace magazine. With many threads, we weave everyday magic. This looks like slow stitching, maybe. Creative obsessions. Now, I don't really go for this color palette's not my thing, but I like the designs. I kind of like, well, I kind of go for this one. But everybody has their own style. Now we're into I think the gallery back here. Got some advertising. Gallery. Minneapolis, Minnesota. I love layering in tissue paper. Translucent pattern papers at an interesting dimension. This is cool. See, I go for the more neutral stuff. Debbie Newman in Cypress, Texas. This is cool. I like that a lot. And I like this. I like this a lot. When I journal, the creative ideas drip, 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 drip their way into fruition. And this is Diane Fagles. I used her. I follow her on Facebook. I think she's doing some, I don't know if she is participating. I think she is, some little miniature art. I think she's doing showing some of her ATCs at a gallery showing. Diane used to be Pecker Dye. That's her. That calls to me. So there we go. So what I'm going to do here, and I think I put it in that box. See, I never have what I want at hand. I want that little, I have a little notebook that I was making notes in last night during our, so this link, let me make a list on here of things that inspired me. And of course, my pen is in that book too. I looked all over for a pen last night too. Here, we'll use this. This works. All right, I'm going to just kind of jot down some things that inspired me. Not this, wasn't a bookmark. Watercolor travel images for the ATCs. That's what this is all about. This is the plein air traveling. But I was thinking I could do it on the little watercolor ATCs. Travel images for passport swap. I'll add this to my little notebook. And then this one, this was a mini monthly journal. And even if we miss a month, we could do one a week. Start in May, which would be May is right around the corner. Start with May. And do one mini page. And we're going to make a mini. Do one mini page a week. So what, does May have 5 weeks? 41 degrees last night. Probably rain is possible. It says 42 and sunny out. Feels like 37. See, we still have cooler temperatures at night. I'm not ready to put my plants out yet. Mainly sunny, highs in the upper 60s, lows in the upper 40s. So yesterday it got up into the 80s. It's cooler today. Rain is likely overnight. That's the weather report for my part of the country. Let's see, I was going to look at the calendar. That's not the calendar. So May has, if you count that a week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So 5 pages, 5 little mini pages. Make a little mini journal. So that's that inspiration. This one is the collage dolls. And I like them because they're tall. I don't put tall. And I could just make 1 or 2 and put in my journal. These are cool. So those are what I got inspired there. Here, and I'm not saying, well, the watercolor I'll probably have to work on right away. The other things, you know, this would be throughout the year. The little mini pages would be throughout the year. The collage dolls, maybe just 1 or 2. I'm not saying make a big, huge journal. And the same way this, a page of sewing circles. Page of sewing circles. And I'll keep these 2 magazines out. And woven dyed papers. I really do like these. Woven and stitched. And you know where I get dyed papers. Look at the pinned message above. So there is some ideas. This should go in my idea journal. Idea journal. Put in SOIC, Idea Journal. I'm going to keep this out. No. So I'm going to keep these two separate out. And so there we go. Let me come out and look at chat. I've been in my own world here. Let me close all of that. Let me see what you guys are saying. YouTube. You. Live. Meri's alive.
Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Together we've got this, the advertising says. Let me turn my sound down. That's up. It's advertising bras. All right. Let's go to live chat. I got 20 of you in here. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It's good to have you join me on a Tuesday morning. Oh, messages. Where are my messages? Bring back my messages. There they are. All messages. Angie says, what kind of a mini printer is it? Oh, boy. Oh, Jacqueline. Then it's loose. Jacqueline, where did she use it last? I let my daughter use my mini printer and now it's lost. Oh no! You wanted to do little mini prints for your vacation journal. You're going to have to make your daughter find it. Becky said, as I've said before, have a place for everything and everything in its place. Oh, Becky, I love you. You inspired Sharon Lombard to send me a card. It says, have a place for everything and everything in its place. Sharon Lombard sent me a card that says that. I just get the biggest kick out of it. Angie says, I moved some boxes with some beads and now I don't know what I did with them. Oh, that's what Becky is saying. Everything in its place. Jacqueline says, my daughter lost my mini printer. Becky says she loves Diane Fagel. I do too. She recently was down in Kansas City. She lives in Omaha. I've never really personally met her. When I moved back to Nebraska, she invited me up there, but I really wasn't ready either emotionally or I was going through kind of a withdrawal from work, kind of a getting used to coming back to Nebraska stage back then. Sometime maybe I'll get to meet her. I don't like going to Lincoln or Omaha anymore. To me, they're just too busy. I've turned into a small town curmudgeon. I don't like the traffic anymore. No way, Angie, just be yourself. Arlene says, Meri, if you ever go further west to sketch courthouses, there's a lovely one in Morrill, Nebraska. Yeah, I would love to, go to all the counties in Nebraska. And, they have the older buildings, like the one in our county, where I'm in Clay County, Nebraska. When they built it, it's kind of patterned off of the Art Deco. And I could go there and shoot the floors, the tiled floors, and the marble floors. And it's more of the Art Deco style. And, they have another description for it too. But it was built in that time period. But then when you go to Hamilton County, north of our county, it's more of a, I want to say it looks more Victorian-ish structure. And the one south of our county is really kind of a cool, I wouldn't call it Victorian, but it's really a old county courthouse. It's kind of tall and it's not Victorian-ish, but it's not a modern style either. I don't know, I guess the architects would have name for it, but I think the courthouses, and then the other thing, I didn't bring my water in here. The other thing that I would like to urban sketch would be reflections in windows. So as I went to the different counties and did the courthouse, maybe I could catch a downtown window or something in that same trip. But that's always been one of my dreams, is to travel all over around the United States in on an RV, kind of not a big, huge one like Tanya and her hubby have, because I couldn't handle it. I'd need more of a one that's the size of a U-Haul, a mini U-Haul, and, you know, something where you could sleep on a cot in the back. And I don't think my brother would go with me. He's I invite him when I went up to get those flower pots. I said, "You want to ride along?" I said, "All I'm going to do is go get the flower pots." And, "No, I want to stay home. I don't want to go." So I don't think my brother would go, even on a weekend trip or an overnight trip. He'd, yeah, just go and I'll be here when you get back type thing. That's a good idea, Arlene. Let's see. I hope I'm not upsetting you. No, Angie, you're not upsetting. There's Mama Juju. Hi, Juju. Jacqueline says, "I love the disc system." Yeah, you really did, Jacqueline. If you're out there listening, you did a really good job on that Happy Planner video. I enjoyed watching you because you demonstrated. I never really caught on to the disc because, well, to tell you the truth, I'd probably lose all my discs. Mary's losing her discs. But, and I always thought my pages would slip out, you know, and crumble around and all of that. But the way you demonstrated it, it looked really nice and neat. And I really was impressed by your video. I enjoyed watching it. And you even had the little punch for the little squares, and you had the punch that you could make a larger journal, and the little mushroom punches. It was a good video. I enjoyed watching it. Arlene says, "Jacqueline, I have health issues, so I am doing as much as I can. Then I sleep a couple hours and repeat, but it works. I get the gardening, crafting, cooking, and cleaning done." And congratulations to you for doing that, Arlene. I tell you, I had to push myself yesterday, because usually when on the days that I don't stream, I'll get up, I'll make me a cup of coffee, I'll fiddle around, I'll do this, I'll do that, but it's mostly in the living room on my recliner. I'll eat, you know, I'm either tatting or reading or something online. But my brother turns on the TV around 10 o'clock and it blares loud with that. When the days that I stream, you know, by the time I'm done streaming, I'm tired. So I usually take a nap after I'm streaming. But then around 10 or 11 o'clock, his TV goes off and he goes and gets the mail, and I'm either have been taking a nap or I'm just starting to move around. I get hungry, have a lunch. Then I have to push myself to do things. Like yesterday, I said, I got to get out and get outside and unload that car and wash those flower tubs. And I did laundry. I had to push myself to do the laundry. But I did it. And, yeah, I think you're doing the right thing to sleep a couple hours and then repeat. You know, I keep the dishes clean. I keep the laundry clean. I try to keep the kitchen area clean. You know, I don't like the dishes piling up in the sink, and I don't like the laundry piling up. So I do those, do little housework here and there. I'm not the best housekeeper, but mostly because I don't have control of the house. I feel like I could get a little help. But anyway, let's see. The whole house. Me too, Mary. I like the whole house. Let's see. Mama Juices. I get to start my day with Mary. Oh, Mama Juju. I'm going to have to visit some of your streams. Arlene, they're saying good morning to Mama Juju. Angie says, Jacqueline, I hope you take Angie nap in between all of that. Jacqueline, that has me worn out. Jacqueline says, I'm working out tonight and cooking dinner, my typical. Maybe making some 70s journals. Becky says she loves those textile hearts. Those are cool, aren't they, Becky, that we were looking at in the magazine. I'm working, and on my lunch I'll die. Jacqueline's at work, and she says, on my lunch I'll do some dying. D-Y-I-N-G. Angie says, okay, I can sit until the kids go to school. Then I get up and get ready for the day. Pink Girlie is making a journal out of her Bella Grace magazine. Oh, really? That's interesting, Joyce. I like to go back. I don't have a whole lot of Bella Grace magazines, but I like to go back. What I like about Bella Grace is they give a lot of exercises, like make a list, or write about this, or what do you think about that? It is kind of a prompt magazine. Makes me think about things. That's what I like about the Bella Grace magazine. Becky says you can also plant your lavender on a mound. I like that suggestion. You don't like the cows? No. And I think I'm back up to, let's go down to the bottom. Becky says she's pre-washing all of her Happy Mail fabrics. Becky goes to the store and she buys fabric, no matter whether she gets it at the thrift store or at the fabric store. She brings it home, she washes it, and then I think she stitches it first if it's not seamed or not salvaged, and then she'll wash it. Pre-wash everything. She says, this fabric came in the mail. Becky, thank you for all the Happy Mail. I showed it last night on my live. And Mary's loved them. Going to go great in my Chicken Little journal. Aww. Yeah, Mary, it's because you overdo yourself. Yeah, I know. I know, Angie. I have to be doing. I can't sit still and do. And I can. There are times when I can sit. That's what I like about sitting out on the front porch. I do like to just sit and relax on the front porch. I haven't had the opportunity to do much of it because it's been kind of rainy and stormy. And it looks kind of like that this morning as I'm looking out the window. Rain possible. But when summer comes, I'll be sitting and doing nothing on the front porch. But when I'm in the house, I'm into tatting a lot of tat. I'm trying. I just about have my heart done. I'm being challenged on the last ring. There's what they call the folded join. And I can do a folded join, but this is a double folded join. Well, you do two folded joins on the same ring, and it's challenging me because when I flip it over, it twists all up. So I'm being challenged there, but I'm working on different things in my tatting. One thing that I'm kind of trying to work on is when I start a project, it just seems like I get to a certain point and I mess up. And then I set it down and I say, well, I need a break. And I never come back to it. Like the last tatted class that, I didn't get to the last one because I went and picked up those flower pots. But the one before that she did was on front side and back side, and she gave us a bookmark pattern. And I flew through the first half of it. It's a bookmark. You do one half, you turn the corner and come around and do the other half. Well, I flew through this because it wasn't hard, and then I turned it, but I'm stuck there. And so I set it down, and it's sitting in there. The needle's in the skein, and it's kind of like I get stuck, and then I say, well, I need a break, and I'll come back, and then I move on. And I kind of do that in my art too, but it's not that I get stuck. I run out of time or something, and my projects pile up. Arlene says she keeps spare discs in a mason jar. Oh, that's cool, Arlene. I might have to try some of that disc journaling. It's been something that I put off. Mostly I just like the good old pamphlet stitch. And I'm trying to learn that Coptic binding. I'm not the best at it, but I'm learning. Let's go down to the bottom. Oh, you're very welcome, Angie. You can mail me at any time. I may not get everything answered right away, but you're always welcome to email me. And that goes for any of you. I'm about to go into her room, but she's 16. Well, if she has your printer, you have an excuse. If she can't find it, maybe you can. Mom. You know, I watched Jacqueline. Jacqueline is a hands lady, kind of like me. You don't see my face a lot in my videos. Mary Lou, who goes to a lot of Becky's chat. Mary Lou, I can't pronounce her last name, but she's a crochet lady. But she calls them the hands ladies. You always see the hands. And I look at Jacqueline's hands and, you know, I go, she doesn't look like she can have a 16-year-old. She looks like she's in her 25, 22. Jacqueline, your hands look young. Don't worry about me in the yard work. I'll let you know if I get sick. And when I got that bad cold, and I think I had the flu too, and I got that bad cold, that really took me out for a week or so. But I'm feeling much better now. Arlene says she always watches fabrics that come into her home. No telling what dust and etc. they are holding. Juju says, Beck, thank you for the happy mail. I think I'm caught up with you guys. And it is 7:37. And Mary is thirsty. I'm going to go run out and get my water. It's by my recliner. Oh, let me stand up. I've been sitting down too long. Oh, maybe I can grab that notebook. Hold on. No, not in there. Hold on. I'll grab that little... I started last night in our creator chat a notebook to take notes in. Did I put it in? Well, I guess there's no grabbing it. I'll have to find it. I want to keep that little notebook out on my desk so it's handy when things run across my mind. My water. I was thinking I would work in this today, do some pages in this packing paper journal. I got some of Jacqueline's papers. I've got this to look at. I've got some of Jacqueline's. Some of these I want to put doll images on and put in my front porch journal. I'm just getting stuff out to work on here. I might use that. Oh, here's my little notebook. Right here. All right, I'm going to set these in here. Oh, I have so many things I want to do. Papers are blowing away here. All right, hold the phone. Oh, sitting down. I had popcorn last night and I put salt on it. I got salty taste in my mouth. These are some of Jacqueline's dyed papers. This is the signature that I'm working on. This was from Easter. And I did a couple pages in here in that packing page. And I was on this one and I still have that. So, and these are some of Jacqueline's pockets. I think I want to put some of these in my front porch journal. This is dyed paper. Wait a minute. Let me get this sorted out here. These are her cards, her stitch cards, her stitched pockets. I'm going to put some of these in, maybe one or two in this journal and some in my front porch journal is what I had them out for. And I've got more paint chips than that. They're probably up above. Where are they? All right here. All these embossed paint chips and stitched around the corners. I can't imagine how long it took her to do. Stacks and stacks of these. And these are just what I bought. Okay, I'm getting organized. Here's a dyed paper, piece of fabric. I'm going to keep this journal close. Where can I put it? Right here. On top of my desk scatter box. Which I have this desk scatter here now. And this goes over here. Okay. So I'm working in a packing paper. When Debbie Epps had her sale, she sent all my items and she had all this packing paper. And I couldn't throw it away, so what I like about it, I've shown it before, what I like about it, it's a great big long roll of paper, and she crumbles it up. And I think Pearl has done that before too. But it's already sealed down the center. Like, consider this to be a long roll of paper, and it's sealed in the... So it's already, when I cut it, like this is like 5 by 6 or 6 by 6, around that size, maybe not exact. But it makes a perfect signature. So I have cut several, and this is going to be a packing, and I've already put some images, some clusters and stuff, various places in there. And these are some collage pieces I can use. These are from Ranger. They sell them, the packs, for $1. I haven't seen any lately, though, in their dollar section. They might be out there, and I might have just missed them. So what I want to do was take this, put the band back around it, and maybe... I've already done one signature here. This one is all done. 8 pages and a signature. So this is my first signature here. All done. Let's put the band on it. And I want to finish out, we'll get something finished. I want to finish out this signature. I did the Easter page. Oh, I feel like I need a bunny there, though, or something. I need something in there. As I go along, maybe I'll find something. I did some dolls out of the doll book. And what's in here? More, well, that's Harrison Fisher watercolor or illustration. Go Ahead, Be Old-Fashioned came off of one of these. This came out of one of the magazines. I think the Mary Jane magazine. The clock. This is where I ended. It's easy to line up things in our gratitude list, like a string of pearls. As time sails along with us, and we sail along with time. I'm grateful for this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. My last page is here. So I want to do something on the last page. Let me get my phone out of the way. I have one more package of stuff I can use. Let's see what's in here. Just stuff. I taped it closed. Let's create a last page to this signature for some art. I've done a lot of chattering this morning. My throat's getting dry. Oh, look, here's a little mini book. Looks like I've already started it. See that little mini book, little mini journals could be this size. I don't think I'll use this because I've already put images in it. But we could cut some papers this size and make a little one little image a week. Could do that. Let's see what I have in here. Let's just dump it out. Yay! I love clutter. So I think this is what I used over here. And that would look nice as an ending, opposite page of this signature. The start of this color, or I could use that color and use this in here. And this must have been what I used last, and I just folded everything up. I got some text. It says, of things she meant to do in the something future. Every night found Polly so tired she went to bed as early as possible. That sounds like a good. And here's a little hexagon pattern. Here's some graham cracker. Here's a 1985 lottery ticket. I'm not ready to use that yet. Paper doll patterns, really no go in my Society of Idea Collector. This, I think I want to use that someplace in there. I've got more of this that I think I put on the front down here, so I could use that. Polly was so tired she went to bed early as possible. That's what that says. Got a little highway, a little trim there. There's some model magic. Need to use this stuff up. A part of a butterfly wing. This is sticker paper. I'm going to use my clothespin. Should make more of those clothespins. My little Egypt print. Little bag. I'm just looking for stuff I can use. Here's another clothespin. I need a theme. The Santa Claus watercolor. Another one. Floss. Floss really needs to be kept out. Put in a separate. The string, fabric. I'm looking for something to. Business card. I think I had to wrap this around some eco-dye when I did either the K3N's eco-dye or Shannon's project. Fabric scrap, fabric scrap. You know what I could do is punch some, cut and punch some circles and stitch them together as inspiration from that magazine. Let's pull some thread out here. I think that's the way I'm going. I could do hexagons. I could make stitch hexagons together. I'm getting inspired. Let's take all the fabric scrap and put it back in the bag here as I sort. And I'm just going to look for things that I can cut hexagons out of. Might use that. Fabric. I got a lot of fabric scrap in here. I might have to get out another pile of papers here. I don't think this is going to be like that. Could use that as a... Alright, this stuff just needs to go all back in the sack. Because I know what I'm going to do. Here's a hexagon. No, that's a seal. I'll keep that out. I know what I'm going to do now. Here's a circle. Here's a circle. Keep my circles and hexagons out. All of this stuff is going back. That's a little tag. All of this is going back. I know what I'm going to do. And I might take that poly, went to bed early, and do that on another page, or do this on another page. My hexagon. Let me put all this stuff back. All my little scraps. Back. Now what I want, I'm going to keep the ribbons out. What I want and need is some papers to make different sizes of hexagons and circles. And here I'm going to stitch it with thread. And these I'm going to keep out for another page. So I'm going to come back to this page here. We'll keep all of these together. Because I do want to do that as the last page. Keep all of this together. What's this? That really needs to go in the fabric scrap. Let's see. Where am I going to put it? Put it with this. And this. And use that. I can use that. There's a hexagon. I'm getting organized. Hold the phone. Mary's getting, that's a bookmark. Where's that package? I'll put my scraps back in here. I'll keep that in there. It's not gonna fit. I'm gonna cut it. I can find my scissors. Oh, here's some little papers I can use. A free gift from Jacqueline. I want this to fit in this, so I'm gonna cut it down. Sticker paper. I want it to fit in the envelope. There we go. I'll come back to the last page. I'm going to do the stitch circles and hexagons together. See, I'm getting inspired by my looking at the magazines. Try to keep some of this stuff off of my desk until I'm ready for it. The little mini journal, I think I'll keep that out for inspiration. All right, let me put that tape back on there if I can. Did it go around this way? No. How did that go? Like this. Hold the phone, Mary doesn't want to bend her clothespins. Let me put this in here. Some of this stuff isn't ready to bend. Oh, it's not going to be tall enough. I need more. Hold on. Eventually, I'll get all my scraps used. I'm looking for the beginning here. Where's the beginning? Now. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to work on this page because I want it to match this. But I got inspired to do those circles, stitch circles and stitched hexagons. And so I'm going to pull another page out of my, another signature out of my journal here. We'll put this one on top because it's not done yet. We'll just pull the next one. No, this has got a circle, so we'll pull that one. And I could really, I made all this ephemera, slinkies kind of, in my Sunday, was it my Sunday evening chat? I made that. I could put these in here. This one's too heavy. I might put it in there. Let's see. I made these. We'll put these in there. Get them off of my desk. that all of them? Sandpaper, note card. The ATCs I'm not sure about. They're awfully heavy. So let's do that first. I'm getting there. I'm working in my packing paper journal. So what I want to do, this is actually the first signature and the second one. What I want to do and what I have done is I've gone through various places and put clusters that I've had in here. So I want to take and continue that process with these. So I've got 4, I've got another 20 in here someplace. I got 4 20s, art card, some long tabular thing with the dolls on them, and kind of a bookmark style. I probably won't put that in there. We'll keep that out. So I'm just going to put them in here in various places. I think I stopped. See, like this, I think I stopped it. Well, I did. I did some. Let's do one in here. Let's put Slinky in there. Slink. Let's put him over here. No, let's put him right there. And I might have to get out more tape. I'm just going to tape him in. Come on, tape. That way I can use up. This was, I did, I think it was Friday night or Friday morning. I did the Death Scatter ephemera. So I want to use it. Use what I made in this packing paper journal. And I got more packing paper. There we go. There's Slink. And I still have room to bind in there. My goodness. And let's see. Let's put this little postage stamp. Let's put it up here. I'm just putting it in with my... I'll have to get out some more tape. I know where some is. I actually know where some tape is. It's in my top drawer of my desk, computer desk over there. So use up your table scraps. That's what all this, what I'm putting in this packing paper journal is really scrap too. It should have probably been thrown away. But who can throw away all of this really neat paper? I'll tell you who can. When I'm dead and gone, somebody will say, what in the world is all this mess? And throw it in the trash. And it will be no more. Let's see. Let's put this little guy, Travelers and Traveling. Let's just put him right here. Little naked doll. Out of the doll book. Oh, and I'm getting to the end of my tape. Do I have enough? Nope. It ends. And I'm actually going to throw this away, you guys. Give me a hand. I'm throwing stuff away. Let me reach over here and get some tape. I got to stand up again. Oh, that's good for me to stand. Oops, the drawer fell out. I'll have to pick that up after the stream. I pulled the drawer out too far. It didn't have much in it, just some tape. So let's Let's pull the plastic off of these if I can. Can I? Next time I get to Dollar Tree, I'm going to buy some more of those. I like their palette knives, their steel ones. Where's my, I want to save it. Where's my scissors? See if I can't get in here. I want to save the cardboard. They've made it. There it goes. I want to save the back, but then I see a circle here, so we might save this too and cut the circle out for the circle page. Let's save this. I'll use it in something or other. And we can use up these. I'll put that with what I'm saving. Don't want to go to it now. Let's do the other one while I'm at it. Now in that magazine, Inspiration with the Stitch Circles, they use circles all the same size. So I think I'll have to pick a size. And I might just punch circles. We'll see when I get there. Alright. So, but I'm going to save these. And I'm going to save the back. And I got tape. Alright. I'll put one back up here where I hang my tape. And we'll use the other one. That wasn't so bad. Where's the beginning? Where is the beginning? I have to go to town. I'm running out of groceries. I'm going to make a pizza tonight. I'm not going to town today. But I ate all my veggies. And my garden isn't mature enough to give me more. I think I'll try to plant my onions and peas today. I think they can go in the garden. We still have kind of cool nights. And the sun is out now, but they said that might rain tonight. So I might try to get out in my raised bed and plant peas and lettuce and onions today. Later on today. Now this has got a torn. Let's go to a different signature. That one's kind of torn. Let's go to this signature. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can see. Let's see. Let's put it. I was putting it on the inside one. Let's put it right in here. Little traveler. There he is. Now what do I have left? I have some twinchies, 2 twinchies, and that, and 3 twinchies. So let's put let's put this one here. Let's put my little Dean, because it says Dean there. Dean Dritz. I made this the other night out of a piece of dyed paper. I think that comes from some of my mess that was falling apart. And let's put that in here. I cut a part of tape measure, and it said Dean Dritz on it. So he'll go in here. And it's the thing about this tape. You got to get it right between the release paper and the tape. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Another good use for this type of thing, these are small, but something like this would be on cards. Becky does a lot of cards. I wouldn't do this type of thing on postcards though, because there's so much that could fall off. But on cards, all right, come on, tape. Wasn't coming off of my release paper here. There we go. One more. So far this morning, what have I done? We looked at magazines. I chose images for my travel passport ATCs, and I do think I'll watercolor them. So I might do that Thursday morning. In between now and Thursday morning, maybe pick out where I'm going to send these dolls off to and pick out the images to watercolor. And so Thursday morning, I think I'll plan on doing some watercoloring. Now I've got 3 of these left to put in here. This already has an ephemera here, but we could put one of these. How about my lady? I kind of like the idea of putting her right in the center. She needs some color. Let's get my paint marker out. Oh, what's falling? My dolls. Ah, hold on. My watercolor. That lid isn't on it. That's what's causing it. Hold on. Let me get this box. You got to get it the right way. It doesn't fit that way. You have to put it this way for it to fit. The Kurtakis, I brought those back from Madison. All I want is a paint pen. And let's see. That's black. I could use the black, but I think I'll go more toward this blue. And what I want to do is do the edge here. And let's just hold it up, and I just want to color the edge here. And that's a dark blue. It's not black, it's a dark blue. It looks black. Might look blue to you guys. You have better lighting than I do. There we go. Now we'll do this up here. Come on. Oh, thinking twice about those law books. I was thinking one of those big thick law books. I have 2 boxes of them out in the back seat of my car. I think I'm going to take one of them and do carved paper carving in it. I haven't done that for a while. We used to do that with Tanya and Lisa, paper carving in the law books. I don't think I'll do a tunnel book or anything like that. I could try it. I might think twice about throwing those. I got them out in the porch ready to throw out, but those text blocks, I might think twice about it. All right, let me put this back in here and put my watercolor on top of them. All right. My dolls, they're going to go with the bucks that I'm going to do the travel ATCs. I've got to pick out some dolls to send. And I have to design the back of the passport. Of course, it'll have the documentation on it, who made it, where they're going, what country they're visiting, the date, that type of thing. So I've got plenty to do. What else did I say I was going to work on Thursday morning? The ATCs, the watercoloring. Was there something else I was going to work on Thursday morning? See, I say I'm going to do this, and then I ramble on, and I forget what I'm going to do. I know I want to work on the ATCs, though. So Lori is going to, I think she said spend another day in Germany. I think she's going to spend a day in Germany, and then she's going to be heading home. She said Wednesday, I think, which is tomorrow. So maybe she's spending her day in Germany today. I don't remember exactly what she'll be home soon. Paint girly. She dropped into our stream last night, our Fib Diggity Creator stream. She is going to be tired. She's going to have to take time off of her vacation for a vacation and rest. But how cool. She got to meet Janet, and how cool. She went over there to overseas to visit her bonus. She calls him her bonus son. And I think it's cool that she gets to travel like that. Travel when you can. My aunt used to say, when I was younger and lived out in Colorado for a while, I'd go visit my mother's oldest sister, and she'd say, do it while you're young, honey. Travel while you can. Do things you want to do while you're young, because when you get older, she was right. When you get older, you won't be wanting to do those things. All right, I'm liking that there. Now I've got two more. I've got postage stamps and a floral one. And these pages are a little worse for wear. I think I'll put the postage stamp one up here. What time is it? I gotta watch my time. Today is Tuesday. So Kathy Berg or Colleen. I think Kathy Berg will be on. Kathy Berg will be on next at 9. And you know who I'm missing? I'm missing Kimberly. I'm going to have to message that girl and say, where are you? She's usually in my morning streams, and I haven't seen her for a while. Sometimes, the last time that happened, she was visiting a part of the country where she didn't have service. She was on vacation. I hope she's okay. I'm missing Kimberly. Kimberly, if you're out there, we miss you. She's usually in my morning streams. I hope I haven't scared her away with something I said or did. I could do that very easy, offend people. I don't mean to. Okay, that one's going there. And we got one last one here. And this, see, this is, I cut this on the wrong side. See, it should be folded this way. This should be the center here. This should be the center. So it should go like, it should go like this. And it looks like it It looks like it had a, let's heal that with some washi tape. I didn't cut that. It looks like it had a cut there for some reason. Let me get some washi. I saw some of that purple in here that, was it here? Oh, well, let's use this whiter stuff. I think I got this at one of the sales, one of the online, Rebecca or somebody. I don't know. Hopefully it's good. Find the beginning. It just looks like brown spots. But I have to find the beginning of it right here. Get it started. And Jacqueline said there's a trick to using washi tape. You have to be a patient person. And she is right. But I find that once you get it all in one movement here, it usually tears pretty good. But before I do that, I want to take my glue stick and run my glue stick along here so that tape will stick. Right in there for now. And I'll start here and just put that there. Down just a little bit further and give it a tear. And let's do another strip of it right in here. This is a true junk journal, packing paper journal. See I tore it there, but you want to get that all together again in one bite. So kind of bring that down a little so it's all in one movement like that. Get it off of my thumb. Get off of my thumb. And I'll put it right here. And that'll kind of mend these papers together for a bit. Snip it. And fold it under. Kind of like that. Alright. I'm playing in my packing paper journal for the rest of the stream. Alright, so this has to fold. Maybe I should put something there too. Hold it, we're not done yet. Let's get that out again. Because that's kind of sticky. I'm going to put some of that here. Where's the fold? I folded it under. It looks like it's got a tear there though. I'll bet that, oh, that's not it. What did I do with it? Threw it in here. Put that right in there. So my seam is there, so it has to fold this way, right? No. To figure this out. I think this needs to be 2 pages. How is it? This is not right. It has to go this way, but it has to be cut there, and the seam should be in there. So this needs to be cut in half. This didn't get torn right. I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to have to cut that. And it'll go like this. There we go. And if this was like all these, there would be a seam. These 2 pages would be seamed together, but for some reason, that didn't happen with this one. Go fold it this way. And I still have one more little inchy to put on here, which I think I'll put right up here. Yeah, it belongs up there. Whew, I had to turn that fan toward me. It's getting hot in here. So today I'm going to plant peas, onions, and lettuce out in my raised bed. And I'll probably put, I have about a foot wide by 24 foot long piece of landscape fabric that I'm going to put around the raised bed to keep the weeds down. And before I fill my pots, I need my brother to drill holes in them for me. He got the drill out yesterday, but after I washed all those pots, he got the drill out, but he didn't get any drilling done. He gave up. He got tired. I didn't push him. I thought, well, I'm going to mix dirt with that compost, and I don't have the dirt yet. I got to go to town and buy dirt. I suppose I could take some of it out of the garden, but I've already got the garden tilled up to the point to where I'm ready to plant. And I'm going to reserve one area of the garden for old flower seed. And I'm just going to sow it out there kind of like a wildflower garden. See what, it's old seed. And I was reading online, if you're out there listening, you probably heard this before, but I was reading online where seed and their seed packets are still viable for more than 1 year. So I want to use this seed up. I got quite a few packets I got some that are last year's, but I got quite a few packages that are dated 2022. I had big hopes of having flowers and never got them all planted. All right. But I'm going to throw them out in the garden, and since my brother, I've reserved his spot for him. I didn't put in, this kind of needs some mending too, but I'm not going to do it now. We're going to work on a circle page for the rest of the so as I work in here, see, I'm putting different desk clutter pieces, collage pieces. This might be a good one to do the circle page on. It looks nice and flat. I'm going to save that out. And this is, I still have to do the last page. I might do some more in here. Needs a ribbon or a border or something. And this is the first signature. Oh, I think I saved that one out for the circles. Let's put this one back. All right. I'm happy. going to be a fatty patty journal, but I'm happy with it. Just something that I'm working on as I go here. Put that up there. I can throw my scrappies away. They pile up on me. These little things annoy me, I have to say. Hang my tape up. And we're going to do circles. Now, the inspiration in that magazine, their circles were all the same size. I'm almost tempted to take this off and use it, or I could use this. So what I want to do, I'm going to save these as patterns, hexagons, because we might do a hexagon one, and little hexies, squares. And that's that little book. I have some gift papers here from Jacqueline. Let's cut some circles. Let's see what she sent. Can I get circles out of these? Some of them I can. Let's use a couple. Let's use some Jacqueline papers. If I can get it open. Where did you seal it? Where is the seal? I can never find the seal. Where's it at? There's a paper clip in there. It should be up in here. There it is. It's hard to find them. Oh, of course, it's right where the label is. Honest Mary. Can I save free gift to label? Or is it going to have to tear? I don't want to tear it. Hi! I don't want to tear the free gift label. I'm just gonna tear. Well, I tore it. Just tear it, Mary. All right, what I'm going to use for this, though, is I'm going to put these little patterns in here so I don't lose them. Get in there. The label's holding on to it. And let's see what she sent me. Pink and blue, I think I can use. This one, not quite. So we'll put this one in here, back in here. And this doesn't quite fit. Well, I might be able to get a black circle. So let's cut some. And I want to take, I really stapled it on there, didn't I? There. I'll leave the staples in there. I'm just going to cut around this. Maybe I should draw around it. Oh, it's pretty on both sides. Oh dear. Alright, I need my pencil. What did I do with my pencil? That's my, here it is. Can I get 2? No, that's okay. We'll save that for a different size. This one just fits. Just fits. Might have a little flat corner, but by the time I stitch them together, it isn't going to matter. So there's 2 circles. I don't think this one's going to... No, this one is a little... Let's put it back. So, I don't want to use her pretty index cards for this. I'm saving that for something else. I could use text, but I think I want to use colored papers. So I got some Jacqueline papers behind me. Jacqueline papers. Oh! Stand up, Mary. I have to take a step. Jacqueline papers. I got some papers guide papers from Debbie Epps. I have Jacqueline papers, bags of Jacqueline papers. It's what I've been waiting for. Let's see, I think those will mostly neutrals in there. Let's see what's in here. Not all of this is Jacqueline, I don't think. I'll be out in a minute. Oh, there's that leprechaun book. Yes. Jacqueline papers. Let's start with that package. And I don't need a whole lot of them, because I'm only going to do one little page. So I would say what? 1, 2, 3, 4, about 9 circles, maybe 10 circles. And this is my pattern. This should go in here. This is the pattern that I'm using. Another sealed bag. Let's see what I have here. The yummy Jacqueline papers. Now I do have some more stitched paint. More stitched. See, these are some I bought before. These are going to go in my sunshine journal. Put those back. Let's pull these pieces out. Now, I'm not going to use the whole stack. I'm just going to pull some papers out here. Alright, let's see what I want. We have to have maybe a graph paper one. Maybe a light blue. I think these are stenciled. Ooh, a lined note paper one. Like this. I like this for my journals though. The lined paper go good in written journals. Fold them in half. There's 2 pages there. I got plenty. And some of this is too pretty to cut up here. So I think I'll take one of these maroony ones. wine colored time. And it is notebook paper too. Alright. See, I've got plenty left. This is scrap. Let's put this back in the envelope. Oh, she sent some fabric too. Dyed fabric. And some tags. And some pockets here. Ooh, these could go in this. Let's save one of these for my... These are CD envelopes. We're going to put one of those in my packing paper. Let's see, what else? More? Oh, those are the same. Okay, this is all sunshine stuff. I need to get all my sunshine stuff together. Start my... So she says, when are you going to do your sunshine journal, Mary? I don't know when I get to it. Alright, so we're going to cut some circles. I want 10 circles. I've got 2. So let's make, if I make two of these, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I'll save the other papers for the rest of what I don't use here. Maybe for background stuff in this journal, background pages. So I'm gonna be conservative with my cutting here. What time is it? 8:41. I'll get these cut. I may not get them stitched together. But we're doing, I can see that. We're doing inspiration from that. I think it was in her studio magazine where this lady stitched circles together, and she also stitched and wove dyed papers together. Maybe we'll do some paper weaving with what's left out of this. That would be fun to do with Jacqueline's papers. So there's 2 circles there. I should probably use, I guess I can see. That one's kind of dark. Let's do 2 circles off of the graph paper. Let's do it down here. And I'm just going to use black embroidery thread. I'll have to show you the inspiration page. Let's do that now. My magazine's over here. No, I saved it out. I've got Jacqueline papers behind me. The envelopes. Jacqueline papers. I might have put it back. Where did I put my inspiration? Right here. I want to show you the circle pages. I think they're in this magazine. Right here. See, they stitch circles together. And I'm going to kind of overlap mine. Maybe not so much like she kind of shingled hers. Mine are just going to kind of overlap. And then she wove and stitched around the edges. You can see the stitching if you look real close here. She did a lot of weaving, but I like the circle ones. I really do like that. That's the only circle one image she has. Oh no, there's this one. This one is cool because she did it all in one tone. This is kind of mixed tone with the reds and the grays. Kind of blends together. Well, I'm using different colors. I could use all in one tone, but let's just continue with what I have. That's my inspiration page. All right, I got 2 circles there. This goes up here. This is scrap. This is scrap. I'll come back to those. We want 2 off of this one. Where do I want it? Doesn't matter much. I'm just chattering away here while I work. I want to thank you guys that are in here for coming and spending a bit of your Tuesday morning with me. I know a lot of you get busy during the morning. I understand if you have to leave. Whoops, I'm getting off track here. But if you drop in and say hello, that's good enough for me. I can see where I put my lines. I'm just going to hand cut these with scissors. I'm not going to try to punch or anything like that. My punch punches the thicker papers, but it doesn't do a very good job on the thinner papers. I got it on sale for $5, and it's a fussy punch. My 2.5-inch punch. All right. Thought I did this one. No, I did the purple. Making sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I must have been thinking of this blue over here. So it's fun to look at those magazines and get inspired. I won't get this page all done today, but I'll get the circles cut out maybe. And we'll come back to it. I want to, Thursday morning when I come online, I want to do those watercolor ATCs. I want to work on that so I get them done enough in time to send them off. All right, I'm just going to hand cut these circles out. So they probably won't be perfect circles, but that's okay because I'm going to stitch them anyway. And I have a whole bunch of coins somewhere that I cut out of a money magazine, a money book, that are about this size. They were annoying me. I don't know what I did with them. They're in one of these scrap bags, I think, someplace. They were always falling around. Alright, what's wrong with this circle? Needs a little trimming there. That's good enough. And I guess I'll save some, but throw some. I should just make a collage page on here, collage stuff like this in my packing paper journal. Have a collage page, have a wipe-off page. I haven't done much painting. Should try doing some jelly prints, small ones. Just not organized enough. Don't have enough room for that. You have to have room on your desk to print and room on your desk for the wipe off the brayer. All right, there's 2. And I think I'll save these pages for, I might do that paper weaving out of what's left here. We'll see how many. I might need some more circles too. But these little scrappies will make nice collage because they're pretty dyed. I might just save this for a collage page. Just random collage. But I'll probably take a little bit of a nap before I go out and garden today. We still have pretty cool nights, so it's not quite time to put stuff in the garden yet. We can put our onions out. I can plant my peas and lettuce. I'm going to do that in the raised bed. That's my goal for today. And put that landscape fabric around it. This is got, it's going to have 4 blues out of the 10 circles are going to be, 4 of them are going to be, almost half of them. 40% of them are going to be blue. No, 50% are blue, because I forgot that one. 50% blue, kind of a blue-gray here. That's okay, I like blue. But I am going to save these for weaving, I think. So Thursday morning, I want to work on those ATCs. So between now and then, I'm going to go through those pages I pulled out of the travel magazines and pick out images of different countries to where my little dolls are going to go off to. And I want to think about the design for the back for the passport information. I should probably name the dolls that I'm sending off on vacation. You know, I'm giving them passports. It would be, see, we're only doing ATCs, but they'll need money to spend in the countries to where they're going. So on that documentation page, I might put just a little bit of documentation about what kind of money and what language is spoken in that country. They could use a translator, one of those earbud translator earbuds, where you speak in English and they hear it in their language. Isn't that fascinating that our technology can do that? All right, got 4 more circles to cut in 6 minutes. Let's see if I can do it. Kathy Berg is coming on today. I don't know who else on Thursdays. Dusty Unicorn. This is it the third Thursday of the month that Jamie does a video? Or does a live stream? The third Thursday of the month? This might be the fourth Thursday. It's getting kind of late. Who else is on Tuesdays? Not Thursdays, Tuesdays. I might have Jamie's all mixed up. But I know Kathy Berg is on next. I'm lucky I can even remember that. That kind of blends in with my... Maybe I'll use this side, just a little bit lighter. This is graph paper. Or is it line? No, this is graph paper. And I guess I'll save my scraps for a collage page. We'll do that Thursday too. Beth Schuler comes on at 6 p.m. tonight. 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. my time. Or that's, I think that's her time. I don't know if she's changed that or not. I always say 6 p.m. Beth Schiller is pretty consistent. I have to hand that to her. I think that's one of her strengths. I used to be consistent, and then I got tired. I've got 2 more circles to cut out here. Yeah, my consistency has gone the way of the... Well, I got sick there for a while. I'm trying to get back into my regular schedule. Let's see, I've got to hold this in the light so I can see where I'm going. So we'll stitch these together. Well, if I have time on, I don't know if I'll have time to work on this Thursday morning. Because I do want to work on those ATCs. Got the ATCs in my brain. One more. Can I get it done? One more circle. I want to thank you all for coming. For those of you that are out there. I want to thank the Deborah Mayo and some of the other folks who popped in I haven't seen for a while. It's nice to see you guys pop in and say hello. I appreciate that. And for those of you who are regulars here, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I so appreciate you. And I understand people that can't stay the whole time. I get it. All right. So I've got 2 minutes here. So these are my circles. I'm going to stitch these together. I might have to spread those blues out. I might have to add some more circles because I'm layering them. I think I need some more reds. And I'm going to stitch them together. I might do some more. I need a couple, well, I don't know. To get all those blues on there, that fairly fits, doesn't it? Maybe I'll paint the background. And then my scraps here are going to go on a collage page. And these, I think I'm going to save for paper weaving. That same concept. And I might put a couple of these embossed and stitched paint chips. So I got lots I want to do in here yet, but next Thursday, I probably will not stream tomorrow morning because I'll probably work in the yard this afternoon and get tired. But Thursday morning, I'll come on at 6 a.m. and I'm going to work on passport ATCs. So thank you all for coming. Oh, there's Devin. Hi, Devin. Hi, Brenda. Welcome in, ladies. All right, I need to sign off. It's 8:59. Kathy Burke is coming on. Go say hello to her. I'm going to go take a nap. Bye.